Today's lesson in math is in Unit 2, lesson number 10. Today, we're going to choose any addition method that we would like. Today, our focus is going to be on asking ourselves two main questions. The first question is my answer reasonable? And the second question is, does my answer make sense? Let's take a look at an example. There's our two questions over here on the side. Is our answer reasonable and does it make sense? So let's look at the problem that I've put down. 17 plus 25 is equal to 313. Now think about that for a second. 17 and 25. If I add those two numbers up together, is 313 a reasonable answer for that? Does that sound like it would be the correct answer? I don't think so. 17 is almost one class of students. Maybe your class has higher than 17 or lower. 17 is around 20. It rounds up to about 20. And 25 is around 30. Now, using our quick adding strategies that we practiced earlier in the year, 20 and 30 gives me about 50. 50 and 313 are very different numbers. 313 is way larger, and 50 is much smaller. So if I look at that and think to myself, are these numbers kind of close? The answer is no. My answer of 313 does not make sense. Sometimes when I add, I want to look at my answer and I want to ask myself, does this make sense? Is this answer reasonable, or do I need to go back and check my work again? Let's take a look at some of those problems to practice asking ourselves this question. Here's the first question that we're going to look at. Our goal is to look at the numbers, add them, and see if it makes sense. If it works, we're going to write yes in the box. If it does not work, we're going to write no, and then we're going to fix the problem. Let's take a look here at the first one. As always, we start in the ones place. We have 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that looks good. They didn't add a new 10 because we don't need a new 10 if it's only 8. Then we have 4 plus 1 more. That gives me 5. So it looks like this problem is correct, so it is okay. I'm going to write yes in the box. I don't need to fix anything. Everything adds up correctly. Let's look at the next problem. Now, right away, I'm seeing something strange. Do you see what I'm seeing? I'm seeing here that there's a new group, but the new group is in the ones place. And normally when we make a new group, it comes over to the tens place, either below or above. So something's looking a little bit fishy right away. Let's take a look and see. First, we start in the ones. We have 9 plus 4. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so the 3 looks good, but it looks like they put the new 10 in the wrong spot. They should have put the 10 over in the tens column. Instead, they put it in the ones column. So it looks like this is not okay. I'm going to write N-O, no. So the 3 looks good. We can keep the 3. Since we had 13, we pulled the 3 down to the bottom. But let's add up the tens. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So instead of 83, we need 93. They almost got it correct. They just put the new 10 in the wrong spot. They put it in the ones column, and it needs to be in the tens column. So this problem was not correct. Wow, this one definitely looks a little bit fishy. 27 plus 48 equals 615. That seems like way too big of a number, don't you think, second grade? It just doesn't seem right. That seems like there might be a mistake. Let's start with the ones. We have 8 plus 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, I think I see what they did. Do you see what they did? They brought the whole 15 down to the bottom, and they didn't put the new 10 in the tens column. So it looks like we're going to need to help them. So they were correct. It is 15, but we made a new 10. And the new 10 can't just go down to the bottom. It needs to move over to the ones place. Then I can bring my 5 down to the bottom. I know that's not correct, so I need to help them fix it. Now let's add our tens. 4, 5, 6, plus one more, 7. Wow, that's a big difference. From 615 to 75. That's a huge difference in number. They had the right idea. They just forgot to move the new 10 over to the tens place. This one looks interesting. I see a 2 down here in the tens. I wonder if they made 2 new 10s. I'm not sure. We haven't really done that yet. Let's take a look and see. So in the ones place, we always start in the ones. We have 9 plus 4. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, that's not correct at all, is it? 13. No, this one is not correct because I made a new 10. So I move it over to the tens column. I pull my 3 ones down to the bottom. Now I can add up my tens. 3 plus 3, that's a double. That gives me 6, plus one more gives me 7. I'm not quite sure where this person got this 2 down here that we crossed off. I'm not sure where that came from, but it was not correct. This is why we always want to check our work and ask ourselves, does this look okay? Is this reasonable? Am I correct? Or do I need to fix any mistakes? Let's try one more problem together. Let's start in the ones place. 8 plus 5. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so this 3 looks good, but it looks like they didn't add their new 10. Oh no, maybe they thought in their head, I'll remember and I'll add it. Then they didn't. That makes a big difference. So this one is not correct. 4, 5, 6. So instead of 53, they should have had 63. They were very close, but because they didn't put that new 10 up at the top, they were 10 off from the correct answer. Remember, second grade, it's very important to ask ourselves, is my answer reasonable? And if it doesn't look right, go back and check because there might have just been a silly mistake that we can fix very easily.